Are you a horror enthusiast, or were you then, and are you now?
I absolutely am. I've been a horror enthusiast my entire life. I'm a Scorpio. I love everything dark, scary, creepy. Love it all.
My best friend, her birthday's on Halloween, and she doesn't like scary movies. And I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Really? Oh, wow. My birthday's 2 days before her. I love it.
Oh,
Halloween is like Christmas to me.
right. And then my other best friends got married on Halloween.
Oh, that's great.
Um, they're cool with the scary movies. So did you have like a pinch me moment when you got to share the screen with like Bill Moseley and Lynn Shay?
Yeah, well, so Insidious was my favorite horror film. That and like the Saw movies. They're sick, but I love them. But yeah, working with Lin Shaye was definitely one of those like wow moments for me.
Did you get to, I mean, I know on set it's business. We got to get our shots in. But are you like, hey, are you doing anything between takes? You want to like, can I just like pick your brain a little bit, or did you have to keep it cool, keep it
Yeah, I
profesh?
mean, yeah, well, there's definitely a balance to that. But ideally on a set, you want to have great camaraderie with your castmates so that chemistry shows up on screen. We had a lot of time to chat in the makeup room, so I would chat with Lynn and Bill a lot. Bill is actually a Scorpio as well, so that's something that we bonded on. And Bill and I spoke a lot. We actually had this thing where I would prank him sometimes. So I would stay in outside of his trailer and scare him every time he came out. He never got scared. He's unshakable, but I still tried. Um, but yeah, it was really it was professional, but in between the takes, we had a bunch of laughs, shared stories. We try to keep it like a familial dynamic on set.
Sure. I imagine it's tough to scare someone who's been in as many horror movies as Bill has been in.
Yeah, I was wasting my time. He was unshakable. I couldn't get him, but I still
So
tried.
you get to play a young Hollywood starlet, and you are in fact a young Hollywood starlet. Um, did you
Yes,
have
that's correct.
uh did you draw from anyone that you know in the business for your performance? Cocaine notwithstanding.
um, I actually one of my inspirations, and I take this loosely because her character is so iconic. Catherine O'Hara's Moira Rose from Schitt's Creek.
Oh,
I, I kind of wanted to lean in that vein. Obviously, you can't do Moira, but that's who was in my body when I was playing Lena. I just wanted to be this like grandiose, like Lena shows up to the seance dressed in a gown and a cape. Like she's very over the top and dramatic. And I wanted to draw a little bit from Catherine O'Hara. May she
that's
rest.
wonderful.
Yeah.
And your wardrobe is would be Moira approved.
Thank you. I think so too.
Um, so you're on Days of Our Lives.
Yes.
That I cannot imagine a soap schedule and being able to keep up with. Like I just started at Newsweek, and I'm
Uh-huh.
like, oh, and I'm already drowning. I've got so much
Yeah.
stuff to do. Can you articulate how much of a work ethic you have? People think that actors and actresses are like the most entitled people in the world, but when you're on a soap, that's 9 to 5, baby, right?
It's like 5 to 5 sometimes. Like you wake up real early in the morning, get there for hair and makeup. Blocking starts at 7:30. It's not necessary because it's also Monday through Friday because an episode airs every day, so we have to keep up. But it's just the sheer amount of dialogue. I remember the heaviest dialogue day I had was like an 80-page day. 80 pages of memorization and performance, and we don't really get our scripts until a couple of days before we shoot, so it's just a lot of mental work. Yes.
Holy cow. So getting to do a movie like this,
Yeah.
it's not like a huge budget, blockbuster movie, but it is like I'm sure you had your room, maybe you had a oh no, did you have trailers? Did you have rooms or did you kind of just have to find a corner
We have
in an
little
unused
trailers,
bedroom?
yeah.
Okay. You've done
Yeah.
like movies before, but tell me a little bit about
Yeah.
getting to tell me about just shaping this character.
Yeah, well, I had a lot of time to shape her. From what I'm used to, this set was very slow for me. I had a lot of downtime. Um, and just shaping her, what really helped me was working with BJ Minor. Um, he and I actually met in LA. He's one of the first people that I met in LA. Coincidentally, we were neighbors 10 years ago. Um, and he happened to be on this film set working with me. So we had this friendship already established, and a huge arc of Lena's that I think we worked into is her soft spot and her friendship with BJ, because we didn't, that wasn't necessarily scripted. We just ran with it because we had so much chemistry together. So BJ was a huge part in the shaping of my character.
You're a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker. Are you where do you hang your hat these days?
I'm in LA, based in LA right now, but yeah, I'm born and raised in Brooklyn, New York, baby. Love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to live in Far Rockaway. Um, are you a beach person or are you a winter cabin person?
Winter, well, the beach in New York, no. The beach in LA I like, but in general, I do love a winter cabin. I do love a fireplace, a toasted marshmallow, a hot toddy. Love that.
So, you shot like almost entirely in this one location in Scared to Death. Um, and I got such a wonderful sense of the geography. By the
Mhm.
time the movie was over, I knew where everything was, and that's
Mhm.
a testament to the direction. How cozy was that location for you to shoot in?
So the location, for some reason, it got very cold in there. We had to have space heaters heating us up the entire time. I remember being like a diva about the space heaters because I'm like, I can't work if I'm shivering. So I'm like, please, I need three space heaters on me at once. Um, the location, it wasn't very cozy. There weren't many places to sit or lay down. And the owner of the house did let us know that it was actually haunted. So we were working in a very spiritual place already, and I kind of felt it. I'm in tune with the supernatural, and I definitely felt some presence. She showed us pictures of the ghost, and he was clear as day. It's a man in a top hat, and he likes to play the piano, so we weren't allowed to touch the piano really. Like, it's the ghost piano, we can't touch it. So it was pretty creepy. I'm again, I'm very spiritual, so every day after set I would cleanse myself before I get to my car, just spiritually, like, whew, before I get inside the house, because I didn't want to bring in any creepy visitors with me.
Incense, crystals, magic rocks.
Yeah,
What's
some
your
Palo
thing?
Santo, some crystals, and some a little bit of prayer.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
How does something like this kind of come across your desk? Does your agent call you? I assume they smoke cigars and they're like, "Hey, kid, you got to read this." What's the
Yeah.
process like for you?
Yeah, so I get an email with an audition, and I now, ever since COVID, everything is on tape, so no one really goes in person anymore. So I filmed a tape, and initially I had auditioned for the role of Chance. So I was
Okay.
auditioning for the stoner, skater girl. Um, but Paul, the director, let my agents know and let my team know that he wanted me to read for Lena or be Lena. He was like, I kind of see her as like my leading lady. I don't really want her as champ. I don't see her as champ. And I didn't have to do a second audition. I just had a Zoom call with Paul and we talked about the film and he was like, all right, you're my Lena. I was like, great, thanks. So happy, so thrilled.
Um, Tell me a little bit about going from being a kid in Brooklyn to getting to become this well-known actor who gets to be on TV every day and in movies. Like, is this the trajectory that you had in mind when you got started in the biz, and kind of what made you want to do what you do?
Yeah. Uh, if you told younger me that this is my life now, she wouldn't believe you. I think I've known at a very young age in um, an off-Broadway production center at like 7 years old. I was doing plays like The Crucible, The South Pacific. I was always involved in community theater. And I went to a performing arts high school. I went to LaGuardia, um, where I studied acting, and I got my agency right after I finished high school. I tried going to college twice for criminal psychology and law, and I dropped out twice because I kept booking movies. So I decided that I'm just gonna, full force my acting journey, and I am happy I did because it's been great so far. Yeah, times are interesting, but I'm not a quitter and I don't take no for an answer. So we're just gonna keep pushing.
With Days of Our Lives, that's such a institution of television because you were in like the Beyond
Beyond
Salem, right?
Salem, the spinoff,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
And you kind of got that off the ground and then left.
I stayed with Days. So the spinoff, there were two seasons of the spinoff, and they happened in between seasons of Days of Our Lives. It was when we were introducing the concept of soaps to an online streaming platform to see how it would do. And it did really well. So Peacock picked up Days of Our Lives so that it had, more longevity because everything is streaming platforms nowadays. So I'm really proud of them. I'm really proud of them for doing well. They're usually like in the top 10 shows of Peacock. It's, how they have the little categories. They're
Yeah.
usually up there. I love seeing them up there. I love them.
Well, that's cool.
I'm happy that I took the time off, because I'm also working on music now. So music has been something that's been a huge part of my life, my entire life, but I've been too scared to pursue it. Acting felt safer to me, I guess, because you hide behind a character, but music is so vulnerable in that it's it's your own story, it's your voice, it's your writing. Ideally, I'm not going to have a ghostwriter. I want my music to sound like me. And I finally found the courage and the bravery to pursue it, so that is on the horizon. I'm going to be a rock star next.
Are you playing? Do you have gigs that you can announce, or is it still too early to say?
So my album is in pre-production. The single is almost ready, but I can officially announce there will be music by October of this year. So just a couple months left. I've been in the studio every week, just cranking it out, but it's happening.
But music, that's super exciting. I play a little drums. Uh,
Yeah.
but
Drums are hard. I've tried drums before. Can't do it. I'm more of a guitar girly. I can't do the drums.
okay.
My brain doesn't work that way.
Are you playing on your recordings, or tell me a little? I'm
A little
excited for
bit.
this.
Yeah, so I'm blessed to have met some incredibly talented musicians in this industry. A lot of them are my really good friends. Right now, I'm producing my album with my friend Pete Cho. Um, and he's doing most of the production work, but I'm not laying down any tracks, any guitar tracks on the final, but I will be playing a little something during my shows.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, I know it's been a little while that everything's opened up, post pandemic. If we are post pandemic, who knows?
I don't
Um,
know. I hope
but
so.
but live music was what I missed the most,
Me
and
too.
getting to actually do it again has been so much fun.
Yeah, there's something so healing about live music. It's like the actual vibrations of the sound heals your body. I don't know about you, but anytime I'm feeling any type of way, I go to a live show and I feel euphoric afterwards. It's actual science, I think. Hearing the drum beat and hearing the guitar in person is different.
Can you say a little bit about some of your musical influences and kind of what we can expect when we hear your stuff?
Yeah, so I'm doing alternative pop rock kind of. Paramore is a huge one. Obviously, Hayley Williams is a goddess. I'm not trying to be Hayley Williams, but she's one of my inspirations. Lady Gaga is also a huge inspiration of mine. Amy Winehouse. I love a little R&B. Like I just love my strong feminine music influences.
And Lady Gaga was a New York City punk rocker before she became the queen
Yes,
of
she
pop, right?
was. She's a
Uh,
true rock star through and through. I'm obsessed with her. Yeah. I saw her
um,
recently in LA during the Mayhem tour, and it was life changing.
ah,
Yeah.
uh,
She's good.
okay, so kind of last question. We're running out of time. We're talking about music.
Yeah.
We talked about Scared to Death. We talked about Days of Our Lives.
Yeah.
But what other concerts have you seen recently or from way back when that left an impression on you that you're like, oh, I want to do
Ooh.
what they do?
Seeing Tool was incredible. I've seen them twice. I go to a lot of festivals, so just the great Corn was incredible. Incubus, I've seen them 4 times. They're more in my lane of music and that they're more softer rock. I'm not like a scream metal kind of girl. Can't do it. But yeah, I've seen a lot of artists. I can't most of them. Most of the ones that I love. And I draw inspiration from everyone, just like the idea of being on stage and having such a presence where you speak to so many people and so many people resonate with what you're singing about is so powerful. So it's not necessarily about the genre, it's just about the sheer fact of them getting up there and doing it because it's not easy. It's not easy to get out of your head and get on stage and perform. I practice performing. I go to karaoke with my friends, and sometimes I rock it, and sometimes I choke up. And I'm still like learning the balance of just like stepping into the truth of who I am and like killing it. So it's I draw inspiration from everyone I see. I think anyone who has the balls to get up on stage and sing is someone worth being proud of. One of my favorite stories. It's the best never have I ever story. I was at a celebrity poker tournament. We were doing it for charity, and I got to play blackjack with Jack Black. I swear
Ah!
to God, it's one of the funniest. I can't. Yeah, never have I ever played blackjack with Jack Black. Like people think I'm lying. I'm not. It's awesome.
I imagine he has no poker face.
He has the best book because no one can tell when he's being serious or not. He's just so animated all the time. I love him.
Yeah, I feel like you could write a college dissertation on his eyebrow movements.
Oh, yeah. No, they're independent from his body.